There we are. We're live.
There we
now.
are. What's up?
Welcome to Death Chat 500, everybody. What's up, Nikki? Thanks for
What's up,
joining us.
Nikki? Very stoked I was able to make it.
Yeah, it's not. We're not sure if Tony can make the podcast anymore.
Yeah, you never
week
know.
to week basis.
You never know. And it's only my fault most of the time.
It is really nice to have.
But like
you.
today, not so much.
It really helps with the show to have you here. I'll say that. Oh, I think he might be frozen again. It fixed itself. Okay, you're back already. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently the internet I'm using sucks. So that's cool. That's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good situation. How did the levels sound? Can everybody hear everybody? Okay.
Everyone sound good? Do we sound good? Can you hear me loud and clear?
What's up, Stanley? What's up, GC? What's up, Ihue? 1992. What's up, Candace? What's up, Tony? Welcome all. Welcome all to this hoe.
To this what?
This hoe.
Oh,
this,
like up in this hoe. Yeah.
This hoe of a live stream, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what the body count on Death Chat 500 is? It's fucking insane.
It's a lot.
Bro.
It's a lot.
It's Olympic.
We're in an Olympic Village in this bitch. I do love the idea of like the Olympic Village having like the sex-proof beds. Do you know about the sex-proof beds?
I heard about that. I don't know. You might have gotten tricked into thinking they were sex-proof beds.
They're like sex prohibitive, as in they're just kind of like cheap, as if people are like only have sex on beds.
Also, as if people haven't been having sex on beds my entire generation, my entire adult life.
Yeah, I didn't have sex on a box spring until I was like 25. I was like a bed that was off the floor. What is this magic? What is this fancy stuff?
I don't think I've ever had sex on a bed where it felt stable. You know,
well,
where it like didn't. Imagine fucking on a bed and it doesn't even make a noise.
Oh,
imagine the luxury of that.
I honestly, I need that. I need the distraction. You know, the precarity of the bed is my baseball. You know, instead of thinking about baseball, I'm just like, you're a big man. Don't ruin this person's bed. They probably can't afford to buy a new one, so it keeps me, you know, distracted. Whereas, like, yeah, a stable bed, we're over and out. It's done.
If you break the bed, though, even if it like fucks up the sex, that's still like everybody's gonna think it was good sex.
Yeah, totally.
Even though you won't even be able to like make a joke about it.
Even though it was just a result of me like finishing fairly fast and then flopping myself on the bed. It wasn't even from the sex, just my large self just laying on the bed too aggressively.
Somebody asked they want to use their Twitch Prime subscription on it. What does that mean? Our Bowl says, can you guys make it to where we can use our Twitch Prime subscription on you guys? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Do we not have a subscription option? Is that what's going on? I think we don't have. Maybe we don't have the subscription option on.
So you can't even like subscribe to the show, or are they talking about something above and beyond that?
Oh yeah, Nikki says not yet. So maybe that's a response to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm late to that too. But yeah, I think that might be what it is. We'll look into it. We'll look into it because if there's things you want to use on us, you know, we're probably down.
If you have some fungible token or non-fungible, either way, I will give it to us. We'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Give me that.
Jay said that I'm looking very interstate trucker today. Nope, sorry, just intra-state trucker. Just actually intra-city, Seattle only right now.
I just learned about the Indian and Pakistani trucker culture.
I'm not familiar.
Well, there's a bunch of Indian and Pakistani people who are truckers, but you just don't hear about it as often. You know, I guess because they're just chilling. But that means that I guess on the 5 between LA and San Francisco, all up the 5, like a couple miles off the 5, there's amazing like Indian food. Like the best Indian food in California is apparently a couple miles off the 5 each way, because of this culture. And I'm like, that fucking rules. That rules so hard. Like, yeah, if you're like hungry and you're on the way to San Francisco, just pull off in any Indian restaurant. It's going to be some of the best Indian food you're going to have.
Interesting.
I love that pro tip. I love a pro tip like that.
Didn't know about that. Yeah, FIFO Reserve says, "Are you affiliate level yet?" I don't know.
We should be. I feel like we should be by now.
I don't have time to look at these things. I don't look at the menus. I don't look at the settings. I just, as long as it works, I'm like, well, people are seeing it, so we're doing something right.
I'll take it.
Please don't make me do anything. Please don't make me do more homework.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I didn't mind like doing menu dives into technology and stuff. But now I guess that it's my job. I'm just like, let's fucking rip. Let's just go, baby.
Now that we're like actually incentivized to check it out, it's like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm pretty mad at this lighting. This lighting is not doing my hair justice. My hair just looks black.
It'd be cool if you had like a studio that you could regularly record in, that had like just kind of things the way you liked it,
That would be so cool. That would be so cool. I was gonna record in my studio / my bedroom today. But yeah, I haven't had internet for like 4 days. And it's funny because I accidentally uploaded the Patreon episode early, and thank God I did, because the next morning I woke up to no internet, and a tree fell on the cable, and they just refused to come out and fix it. It's supposed to fix it today. I like drove all the way back from work last night when I usually stay the weekend out there, and it's very frustrating. And so now I am poaching internet off of Penny's wonderful mother. So shout out to them. I'm in Penny's room right now. That's why it's so much cooler than my other room.
See, God keeps trying to stop us. That's my, I don't know. That's my interpretation of events. First with Penny's birthday, he caused it to coincide with Death Chat last week, and so we actually succumbed to his magnificence last week. But this week we said no, and we figured it out. So we're happy to be here. Tony, have you seen the movie Deja Vu?
Oh, I feel like I might have. Is this like early 2000s, late 90s?
It's mid 2000s. Denzel Washington.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I definitely saw it, but I don't think I remember it. But maybe with a little bit of refreshing, I might remember some of it.
So Deja Vu is, I think, if not the immediate follow-up, a couple years after Man on Fire from Tony Scott and Denzel Washington. One of my favorite movies. Love that movie. Very, very melodramatic, but it all works. It all harmonizes for me. It all makes sense. I love it. It's, it is a little bit, we're in Mexico, so we're using the yellow filter on everything.
That's how you know you're in Mexico.
It is a bit of that. It makes Mexico City seem like horrible, which we know it's not. But other than that, pretty great movie that I love. And then I think Domino might be right after that. That's the Keira Knightley, I'm a bounty hunter.
I remember liking that when it came out, just because I love women. But I got to rewatch that one. I want to see how I feel about it now.
I didn't like the Tony Scott stuff. Was too much even for me. There was like too much like staticky, grainy, flashback superimposed over what's happening in real time.
Yeah,
it was, and just Keira Knightley did not work for me as a bounty hunter. Let's just say that.
Hey, women can be bounty hunters, Alex. Okay.
Yeah, but Keira Knightley can't.
Okay, all right, I respect that.
Like, it's so obvious. It should have been Natalie Portman. It's so obvious.
But Natalie Portman never a bounty hunter or like an assassin?
She probably was. She probably did play a female assassin in like the era of like Gina Carano or whatever her name, like Haywire. Like I can totally see Natalie Portman assassin movie.
I mean, I want to see a Natalie Portman assassin movie. So if you're listening, Nat, maybe we can figure something out.
But Deja Vu is like 2006, and it's Denzel Washington, and I never saw it because they did a really bad job of marketing it, in my opinion. Like, I remember, okay, the movie's called Deja Vu, and then I remember the marketing being like, that feeling you get sometimes where it feels like you've been here before. What if that were something real? You
Yeah.
know, and I'm like, okay, so are they trying to do the Matrix thing where if you get deja vu, it's a glitch in the Matrix, and maybe this is also, I think this comes later, but like the Adjustment Bureau, there's like a secret FBI that adjusts the timeline.
Got to
You know,
fix the rift.
there's a lot of movies like that in that era, and I never like watched it, but I started watching it because I'm going back and watching all the 2000s action movie that had a theatrical release that I didn't see.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
like checking them off the list, and it's really good. It's not at all that. It's not like a white noise. Oh, somebody's communicating with the dead through a radio or something like that. It's like I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's like they have like a window into the past, and they're just like watching events happening, and they can like use technology to like pinpoint where they want to look within a certain radius. And so it's Denzel Washington, who's an ATF agent, trying to solve a terrorist attack done by Jim Caviezel, by the way.
Ooh.
That's not a spoiler. He doesn't come into the movie until he's identified. But he's like a far right. He describes himself as a patriot. He has like a American flag in distress tattooed on his arm.
Hell yeah.
And so it's Denzel Washington like trying to solve this case through like their weird wormhole kind of viewership. And I haven't finished it yet, so nobody spoil it for me. But it's pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just doing like a rewatch of every Denzel movie. I think that's kind of what I might need to do soon because Denzel's the fucking man.
He's great. Yeah, he's great in this.
He never misses. You know, I can't think of anything where like a mid Denzel performance. I'll say there's mid Denzel movies for sure. But I can't imagine a mid Denzel performance.
You haven't seen them all because there's like, I mean, he's still a really well-respected actor, but he still did like straight to DVD type stuff, didn't he? Didn't he do like Redbox stuff?
That's why I phrased it the way I phrased it. I don't think there's a mid Denzel performance. I gotta be real, gotta be transparent. I don't think I'm allowed to say there's a mid Denzel performance. We kind of got to keep what we got. We got to keep the good ones. We got to keep championing the good ones. So I can't speak ill of my man Denzel.
Have you seen Fallen?
Yeah,
it's him and John Goodman.
Yeah,
and there's other big guys in it, big actors.
You mean famous, not like John Goodman?
Correct. Yeah, that one is about a demon. Mm-hmm. That one, he's a cop trying to. It's got that like dark and gritty kind of moody like Seven style tone to it, and he's hunting Azazel. I think he's hunting Azazel. He's hunting like a demon that can transfer. Who's the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action? Why can't Casey Jones? That actor.
I don't know that guy's name, but he's great.
That actor plays the serial killer at the beginning of the movie who gets executed. And then the serial killings continue despite his execution. It's pretty good.
Okay, so he's like possessing people?
He was possessed.
Okay.
By the same demon that's possessing everybody else.
Yeah, I got to rewatch that one again too. He was so good. I think of him every time someone gets a stain on their shirt and they're trying to get it out. And you say, no, you got to blot that shit. That's alpaca. You got to blot that shit from American Gangster.
I haven't seen all of American Gangster.
It's also very real advice, by the way. If you get a stain, don't rub it. Blot it. You got to blot it.
Yeah. That's him and Russell Crowe, right?
Yeah, you didn't finish American Gangster?
It was on TV, and I didn't have time
to
finish watching it or whatever. But I think I did buy it recently, used on DVD. So
I thought of you recently because I bought a Sigur Rós CD from the pawn shop for $2.
Oh, cool!
And I was like, "Oh, look at me starting my CD collection again with one CD from pawn shop."
Not because I'm a Sigur Rós fan. I've actually never listened to them. I never plan on it. Just the descriptions of them sound like something that I would turn on for a few minutes and then turn off. So I haven't bothered performing that action.
That's funny. I totally thought they'd be like a secret favorite of yours.
I think it's too ethereal for me. I'm like, I don't. It's maybe too like not whimsical. That's the wrong word. Ethereal. It's too. I feel like I've heard a little bit of it, and I was not.
It's okay. One of them got canceled, so you just say that you were way ahead of the game. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them got accused of assault by a woman that I went to elementary school with, that I'm still friends with.
Oh, really? That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that close to home.
Yeah, she's a really good artist, Megan Boyd. Everybody check her out.
Wow.
I didn't want to put her on blast immediately because the whole thing did go on blast like very widely when it happened, and she got,
the difficult balance between putting somebody on blast, but also bigging them up. You also want to big them up. You also want to shout them out because they deserve it on their own merit.
You brought that up because of the used CD, because CDs are the wave of the used CDs are the wave of the future, and I'm saying this trusting that you guys out there listening are such vinyl heads that you will not believe me, so you will continue to allow me to buy all the used CDs before you catch on.
My favorite messages are when you show me like a little CD haul you got, and it's always a nice little trip down memory lane. And it's always like, damn, I got to listen to that again. Fuck, I forgot about that album.
I still get embarrassed though, because like I'll spend $100 on CDs at a time. That means I'll get like 12 albums
exactly
or more, but it's still like so much money.
Only reason
but think about it, when somebody posts like 3 albums they got in the mail or whatever, that's like $100 now.
Yeah. The only reason I buy vinyl now is to support like current bands, because it's just a way to kind of give directly to them rather than, stream it.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy listening to my records, but you can't deny the fact that like at the end of the day, the quality of a CD is better. Period.
Sure, and it's smaller and you can store it more easily, and it's a shit ton cheaper. Like even the new CDs are like $10 to $15. The only thing is they've just, the packaging on these CDs now is so minimalistic. Like it's it's just built to scrape the shit out of your disc. So first thing you got to do is you got to buy a bunch of empty little slip cases, like, you would use to distribute burned data discs or something, like a little paper sleeve. Invest in a bunch of those, and then that's what you put the CD. Because if the CD doesn't come with its own little envelope inside the cardboard case, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
So you get some of those, but yeah, I don't know. I do. Some modern bands, they do make new CDs, and if they don't make a new CD, I might consider getting the vinyl. But I've just I don't have room for that anymore. Really,
I respect it. I was looking at my records thinking I would like to have enough records again to have to organize them, but I'm not there yet.
I also like that you can put on a CD and just listen to 70 minutes of music without having to flip it,
I discovered yesterday, I discovered a couple days ago, and I tried it again, make sure I was accurate. There's a short course in LA called Los Feliz Golf Course, and it's like a little par 3, super short course. And I can go there and play by myself. When I'm by myself, it's pretty fast. I can play all 9 holes to Dope Smoker. Like it's perfect. Like I will end my last hole as the song's ending, and it's like the most beautiful meditation I've ever experienced. But I love listening to a whole project, a whole thing. It was great. It was great.
Yeah. Well, speaking of listening to just beautiful music that syncs up with real life, I thought maybe we'd be interested in listening to the new Ted Nugent track that he made with his son, Rocco Rocho.
Oh, man.
Or Rocho.
I'm so excited because I'm sure that this is a song that's going to illustrate how he's such a talented guitarist that it makes up for everything else, and we should still support and like him because he's such a talented musician. I'm sure we're going to hear that in this song, right?
Have you heard people make that argument?
Yeah, that he's like a guitar legend. It's like a rock and roll legend.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it doesn't change his music. I'm like, you were really listening to Cat Scratch Fever? Like you put that on?
That song sucks.
You put that song on, you suck. I don't want to hang out with you.
No, but there are good Ted Nugent songs, but I'm not like, they're not good enough for me to wear a Ted Nugent shirt. Are you kidding me? Like,
no.
Stranglehold is the good Ted Nugent song, and that's I don't know. Listen to that once a year, and you'll be all right. Give him a point of a cent once a year, I guess. Make a similar donation to a charity of your choice.
I don't know why I did it, but the other day at the bar, I decided to like this kid came in. He was a nice kid, and we were kind of like picking on each other in like a fun way. It was a fun back and forth. But then I decided I forgot what band it was. And I was like, dude, that's crazy that you're wearing that shirt. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, if I wasn't working right now, I'd beat you up over that shirt. I'd take that shirt right off you. He's like, why? I'm like, dude, they're Nazis. He's like, they're Nazis? I'm like, yeah, you didn't know they were Nazis? He's like, no way. I've never been told that. He's like, that sucks. Like my favorite shirt. It's like my dad's shirt. It's like my dad's favorite band. And I was like, yeah, man, they're Nazis. And then I walked away. And he was like, "Oh my god!" I came back. I'm just kidding, dude. I don't know anything about that band. I'm sure they're fine. don't worry about it.
It's like a Grateful Dead T-shirt or something.
Yeah, and I don't know like what made me do it, but it was just like I think they were like I think we were talking about cancelable things, but I was like, no, dude. Like, if I wasn't working right now, I'd have to check you over that shirt harder than I am right now. But you know, I'm working, so I can't. It was so funny. His friends loved it.
It's very funny, Tony. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should. If you see somebody wearing a Nirvana shirt, you should be like, you know, Chris Novoselic is kind of like a shit lib Democrat, right? Not a good look. I mean, like I understand liking, you know, Kurt Cobain or Dave Grohl. He's so wholesome or whatever. Yeah, why don't you look up what they thought about
Nirvana? Nirvana's kind of a crazy band to consider. You know, Kurt was transphobic because he didn't transition, right?
That's internalized.
That's not cool.
It's internalized transphobia.
We got to call it all out. You know, we got to call it all in.
So this song is by Rocco or Rocho, Rocco, comma Moon, which Moon is like the publishing company. So it's probably like his publishing company. Wow, this has a lot more views than when I looked at it just a little bit ago.
Still not that many.
He does have the comments turned off.
Coward.
Incredibly cowardly move. This is the Son's song, and then I guess Ted Nugent appears on it. Yeah, maybe he is playing the extremely shitty guitar that's in this song. Spoiler alert, I did preview the song before playing it, and it's pretty good. This is on YouTube Music, so there's not like a music video. It's just like a image that I don't even think it moves. It's just like the cover art. And it's Trump at the inauguration, but it's done in like so washed out or something. It looks like you're looking at 3D model. It looks like you're looking at a Sims rendering of the presidential speech, or not presidential speech, but of the speech he gave where the assassination attempt happened. Do you know what I'm saying, Tony?
Yeah. It's like he's like super, like they kind of did a weird thing to the background where they like kind of green screened him.
Like it looks like you're using GTA models for this or something. So maybe it's supposed to be like, oh, this is chill wave, this is weird stuff or whatever. Except one of them has a Pepe face, like a little meme Pepe face superimposed on it. So it's just like loser shit. It's already loser shit because it's about the president. But I think he's trying to be cool and like, let's just listen to it.
Yeah, it looks like a SoundCloud album cover.
Exactly. You'll kind of hear what I'm talking about.
Can you get this any louder?
charts a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look what happened.
The fucking people screaming in the background. Did you hear that?
That's amazing. I also love like that it started with like, can this get any louder? And then you're waiting for like a riff, and it's like the most basic ass like acoustic guitar progression I've ever heard.
This
and
is,
then the screaming is so good. The screaming on top of it is amazing.
I love that it sounds like Dynamite Hack.
Yeah,
I
totally.
love it. It sounds like fucking Heaven is a Half Pipe.
Yeah,
it sounds like a band of guys whose favorite drug was whippets back in the late 90s trying to do a Sublime thing.
Yeah. Who all they do is complain that weed is too strong now. That's their biggest thing they
Oh,
talk
now?
Now that's weed's too strong now. I missed the brickweed, brother.
Yeah, I guess, but this just sounds like it's out of 98 to me. It sounds like it's out of 90 by like somebody who didn't quite make it to Cottonmouth King's status.
Unwritten law ass song.
Yeah. The most basic chord change you could fucking imagine.
Also, we know who shot Trump, and he says because they fucked up when they shot Trump. It's like, yeah, he died. Like we know who did it, and he's dead now. And also, he didn't really shoot him, so maybe hit the writing. Maybe hit the writing again.
Well, that's what when he says they fucked up, does he mean they fucked up by not killing Trump, or or does it mean they fucked up by unleashing the silent dragon that is the MAGA movement?
We got to figure it out, because the song might actually be kind of good then if it's the first one. And it'd be funny if he tricked his dad into being on a song about how he should be dead.
Did he use a non-binary pronoun? When they shot Trump.
Yeah.
Maybe he means there's a second shooter, or maybe he means it was a non-binary shooter.
Maybe he's just trying to, like, in the most polite way, misgender him, trying to just accuse him of being non-binary.
Yeah, it was another trans attack because I called them they. This song sucks.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's trying to do the country rap thing. That's really, I don't know. You're more of a
it's way more. You're on the right track with the chill, sublime ass Cali vibes. I'm not going to give it like country rap, because unless he does hit a verse, he might. If he hits a verse, then I'll give it to you.
Right, but Sublime weren't they kind of like the first country rap artists?
They're actually new country, spelled NU country.
I mean, it's got the beat, you know. It's not quite a trap beat, but it's definitely like a loop. He's just like putting loops together, you know.
How did his dad let this whack guitar happen? How did his dad allow this whack guitar to happen? Like, that's the one thing Ted Nugent's supposed to be good for, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Cool, like this guitar sucks. Like I don't play guitar. I could figure this one out.
It sounds like a stock loop from GarageBand on, you know, in your MacBook.
It's the song that you play around like like summer camp when you like make up a song. Like this is what the guy strums when you make up a joke song.
Watching Fox, he turned his head and it barely missed. It pierced.
Can't even do a rhyme. Like, what's the point? Why are you doing this, man? Can't even be bothered to try the lyrics at all.
I like how he makes it sound like he dodged the bullet. Turned his head and then he missed.
It's also, I think it's like it's endemic to, I don't know, maybe it's just the ones that I hear, the modern like pop music or rock music that I hear that I think, is probably the bands that are going viral or being used on TikTok or whatever. They all have to have this like extremely melodramatic part in the song, Like it can't just be a normal pop song. It's got to have like some sort of moment that lifts you up out of your own body and to survey the universe in all its glory. Like listen to this when it slows down. It's too much.
Watching Fox, he turned his head and it barely missed.
Like we're also nostalgic. I don't know. Like what's the emotion? I guess we're supposed to be feeling like existential dread for Donald Trump, but it all sounds like the same. Is this like emo? Are they like injecting emo moments into pop and rock songs? Is this an emo country song?
Well, yeah, because now he is putting on like that country twang. You know what I'm saying? He's putting on that like country, like that country little that fake voice that you can do if you can't actually sing and you just wanted to make country music. He's putting that on in this part. So yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely like it's Midwest country.
Well, the whole thing's been country because it has the slide guitar, like it has the like plucked twangy acoustic guitar, and then it's got the emotional slide guitar. But this like break right here, I'm talking about like the production style of it. Like everything just has to be like so twinkly and atmospheric, and it's just, I don't know, it's annoying to me. Like,
yeah, it's not great.
Like you didn't earn this at all. You're 1 minute and 3 seconds into your song. What are you talking about? No, I don't feel an emotional connection to the song, bro.
What's up, Andy Bada?
Pierced his ear, this man right here, clearly touched by the hand of God.
Like this could be in like a Hawthorne Heights song. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I hear when I hear it. It's like a from first to last like mallcore type melody.
He's gonna scream at some point right now. That lyric was amazing. Because earlier he didn't want to rhyme, but now he like really forced a rhyme, and also they made it sound like the bullet went through his ear.
This man right here, clearly touched by the hand of God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. See, it's like bedroom emo. That's like what he's going for too. It sucks so bad.
Sounds like a Y song.
Oh man. Sounds like a what?
That band Y.
Yes.
Yep.
Again, a band that I like tried because they're like really popular. A lot of people love that band, and I was in a band with somebody who loved that band, and she had pretty good musical sensibilities, and I tried to listen. I was just like, nope, not for me. That's not mine.
They're one of my best friend's like favorite bands, and actually the other night she played a newer song by them, and it was fine because it didn't sound anything like them. They made like an accessible song. And like this new song, it sounds just fine, but I didn't hate it, and it's because it sounds nothing like them.
Like this part sounds to me like the most charitable way I could describe it is it sounds like a Me Without You song from 15 or 20 years ago, but like the most bland, poppy, overproduced kind of version of it. But it's got that same like emotional rawness, or like trying for that just like what do you call it, like vulnerability, where the singer is talking about his struggle with God, like his relationship with God and the earthly realm and all of that. But you are using that same emotional technique to talk about Trump. It's so fucking weird.
And again, like not to like keep nitpicking on continuity and stuff like that, but we only know that he says clearly touched by the hand of God. He's talking about Trump because we know about his stance. But if you're listening to that song, it sounds like the guy who was shooting Trump was touched by the hand of God.
Yeah, or it sounds like Trump's ear was touched by God. God's bullet almost got the rest of them too.
You do got to run it back a tiny bit because the way that the "Oh my God" goes into the next line is going to be very important to me. If that like goes into "Oh my God" and then like runs right into like another kind of like a rhyming couplet, it's going to be that's what I want, but they might break away from it. It's very important what's going to happen right here.
Let me turn my Wi-Fi off. Dan D makes an important point here, which is Stinkerton. Thank you so much, Dan, for reminding me. That was another one of my first impressions was, along with like the dynamite hack thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Weezer, but worse somehow. All right.
Hey, chill. Listen, Pinkerton, problematic as it might be, that's I'm gonna give him that one. 13-year-old me was way too invested in that album to hate it now.
No, I actually got into Weezer late, and when I say got into him, I mean acknowledged, like listened to a full album.
When Beverly Hills came out, that was your favorite song?
That one, Island in the Sun, the Hash Pipe.
That's all one album.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it is. That's all one album.
I know, but I'm kid. Like I finally listened to either Pinkerton or the Blue Album. I don't remember. What's the one that has the song "The World Has Turned and Left Me Here"? That's
the Blue Album.
That's a good song.
That whole album fucking rips.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Their first 4 albums are all good.
Buddy Holly, Sweater Song,
Blue Album.
Yeah, all those songs.
Surf Wax USA. That whole album fucking rips. They said their first 4 albums I'll stand by.
Same thing with the Strokes. First Strokes album, amazing, really good.
That's a band I never paid attention to.
Yeah, they didn't really do it for me after that. And I'm kind of like I've tried to listen to Albert Hammond Jr.'s solo stuff, and I just can't get into it. First of all, he's not even playing a Hammond. What are you doing, bro?
What's a Hammond?
A popular organ that his father invented.
Oh, I know he was a Nepo baby. Of course he fucking was.
They're all. You don't know. That's the thing about the Strokes is they're all fucking millionaires. Like Julian Casablanca. Like they make jokes about. They've been making jokes about it like for the last because they had to own it because they're like New York debutantes.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about those people.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm the Nepo baby argument is past my time.
Yeah. And if you own it, then yeah, fuck yeah.
If you're a millionaire, I'm like, well, you're one of the good millionaires because your dad wasn't a million. Like I don't.
Also, thanks for giving us something. Thanks for giving us something cool, like some good music at least.
Just like write a sick bass line and vocals that harmonize with the bass, and you'll be good. I don't care. I don't care about who your dad is. Okay, let's see if this song gets good.
Touched by the hand of God, oh my God.
Do it, brother.
Heard a couple shots.
You're such a loser. I can't believe Ted Nugent fucking got on his Gooner Son's bedroom country pop SoundCloud trap meme fucking song with a Pepe on the cover. This is so fucking embarrassing.
Is this when the riff happens? Does the riff happen now, hopefully?
Ted Nugent's riff? I don't know if Ted Nugent riffs. I don't think there's a riff on this song.
There's got to be a fucking riff.
Y'all shot Trump. We as a society are guilty of shooting Trump, and frankly, take me to jail. All right, sorry, I'll own it.
I would love to do that, but that's stolen valor. That's stolen valor right there. I would love to, but I can't take credit. For something so brave.
Yeah, where is it? Number one Viv enjoyer says making art is the one respectable, non-contemptible thing a Nepo baby can do. I think you can become like a firefighter too, or just have like a cool job in the community, become a carpenter. Like if I had unlimited money, yeah, I'd carpenter, construction, something, I'd like build homes, not for free, not like Jimmy Carter or anything, but just for fun. Yeah, you should. If you have unlimited money, you should make art because either way, we'll get to enjoy your good art or laugh at your bad art,
Yeah.
and that's all. That's all worthwhile pursuits.
And maybe you paid some engineers along the way, you know? That's cool. Oh, there it is. You're right. Okay, you're right. Country rap. He's doing the country rap thing. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
How old is this kid? What are we looking? Give me a picture. We need to find a picture of Rocho Nugent.
Because how old do you think he is? I think he's going to be older than we want him to be. I think he's going to be like 35, 38.
Yeah, there's a reason his face isn't on the cover of this thing. I just looked it up. So fair warning to everybody. Let me pull it up here. So this is Rocho Nugent. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He does look like a country boy, I guess. He's got.
Does he? What the fuck is that, brother? What is going on there? Are those little braids?
Let's just say he looks.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's probably him right now.
Yeah. He looks like Jesse from Breaking Bad, kind of. let's just say that
he looks like if Jesse from Breaking Bad listened to Little Peep.
No face tattoos, though. Kind of shocked to see no face tattoos. But you're right, Tony. This guy looks to be like 30-something, way too old to be making this song.
This is rough.
This is bad.
This is rough.
They shot Trump.
Y'all fucked up when you fucked with us. And like, who's us, brother? Like you, Rocco Nugent's gonna come. I mean, he'd probably say, let the Glock sing, but
probably, yeah. Do we need to do? Okay, let me just.
We need to finish the song just in case there is a lick. What is Ted Nugent doing on there? Like, what is his name on there for? There has to be a lick somewhere.
Well, at the beginning, he said, "Turn this up."
Oh, that was him talking, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like when Fred Durst was featured on Stain's song because they did the live thing.
Exactly.
He's our guy. Here's a reason why you had your shot, but he ain't died. Inside job, I don't care. Y'all just protect that man right there. It's time to fight. Stand the ground. Let them know how freedom sounds.
The lyrics are so bad we kind of didn't realize there was a lick happening the whole time.
Oh, I guess was there?
Yeah, there was the riff was finally happening. That's Ted. That's Ted ripping it right there. Like, yeah, I didn't even notice because the lyrics were so stupid.
Man, you know what? Wow. No, who could have predicted slowing down Social Distortion to 16 speed produces a country hip hop classic? Wow. This is actually the story of my life.
Honestly,
slow down to 16, played on 16 speed.
I will say that 45 of the 56 subscribers of this channel own Social Distortion shirts. I guarantee you.
I was trying to think of the whole time of like what this simple ass melody reminded me of, and it's that. I mean, it's a bunch of things, but that's one of them. There's still a full minute left in this song.
We won't tread on you unless you're fucking with that red, white, and blue.
Unless you're fucking with that red, white, and blue.
So good.
USA, we don't play. You wanna find out the hard way? Don't try.
I don't blame these guys for thinking that black culture is destroying their men. To be honest, I can see why. I can see why they would think that about their side of
Look what they're
things.
doing to our sons. I was really hoping he was going to work gay into that, but he didn't do it.
It's funny, like how shameless Ted Nugent is. Like I don't know if Ted Nugent, like, wouldn't he be like beating his son for this? Shouldn't he be abusing his son for doing this?
I think his son. I think Ted Nugent's not as strong as he used to be. So he kind of has to let it rock.
I do want to say I like Social Distortion generally. I think Mike Ness is cool. He's definitely teetering on butt rock occasionally, but I like some butt rock. Like Burning Ring of Fire. It's a cover, obviously, but it's like indicative of what I think of. When I think of butt rock, which is post grunge Americana stuff.
I also grew up in the Inland Empire, so of course I have a spot in my heart for Social Distortion. But like many groups, it's not them. They're not the problem. It's Social Distortion fans. If there was a band that was worn the most by people I've had to kick out of bars, it's a Social Distortion shirt.
Yeah,
and you know what? The first thing I do when I'm doing that, I mess up their hair. My favorite thing.
Mess up their hair, fucking grab their wallet chain, yank their wallet out of their back pocket.
I make sure to like drag my arm like back to front on their hair and just fuck up their hair. And that's all. Because the cool thing about that is they don't want to come back now because they look terrible, so they don't want to come back. It's great.
I did want to just apologize, though. I did want to like say, I generally like Social D as sort of like a what do you call it, precautionary measure, so as not to offend the about 50% of our Gen X listeners who are currently wearing a Social Distortion shirt.
Yeah, like so we love you, but you just you know who you're associating with. It's like it's kind of like being like a Raiders fan. Like that doesn't mean you're a bad person, but you're gonna have to deal with what you get associated with wearing that jersey or shirt or hat.
I've only seen cool stuff done in the name of the Raiders. So
totally. But you just know what's coming with wearing it. People are gonna think, maybe you have a bit more of an edge to you than you might.
The one team that in Southern, if I see somebody in an Angels hat, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, racist.
Oh no, they're the most Republican coded team in sports. Absolutely.
It's funny because doesn't other Tony, big Angels fan, but he wears what, the classic like California Angels hat, I think.
Well, he has the same problem I have with being, because like I have my embarrassing teams. I'm a huge Ducks fan.
Mighty Ducks.
And that is embarrassing. So he has the similar thing. He's like, I know it sucks, but you know what? I'm a true fan. And you got to do that. If you're going to be a sports team fan, you got to stick to it. Like I didn't realize until I was much older that my dad was a bad sports fan. He was just a bandwagoner, and I didn't know that growing up. I just thought I was lucky enough to like the 49ers when in the 90s, but I didn't realize he was a band. So later on, I was like, you got to stick to it. So I got to stick with my Ducks. And luckily, there's enough pictures of me as a kid with the Dodgers hat, so I'm still, so I'm a big Dodgers fan.
Spenny asks the cat. No, I wasn't referring to my cat, Tony. I was referring to Tony from Mother Speed and Tarkus. Two amazing bands that, despite how kooky Tony the Man himself is, will always have my respect. I'm just kidding. I love Tony, but
not in spite of, but because of the man who Tony is. Those bands fucking rule.
There's a story I'll tell about Tony. We were in LA after some show. Don't remember who we saw. Maybe it was like Trouble, that old metal band, or like The Skull. I think they came back as The Skull. Great band. But we were just in LA, pretty drunk. We were at my car, and he just starts banging on my car really hard and screaming, just because he thought it would be funny, And somebody was like looking out their window at the car, and I was like, it's okay, it's my car. And he just continued to like slap it really hard. I don't even remember what the joke was. It was I think he was just excited.
Yeah, I believe that. My favorite Tony story is one time we were just at a party. And I don't know why, but his like goal was to just kind of piss me off, and the route he took was he just made fun of my dad all night. But he didn't know that I don't like my dad's fine, but I don't like really care. Like, you're not gonna, me and my dad aren't that tight. You're not gonna really offend me with it. And he just kept saying the meanest things about my dad. And then like he was like, by the end he was like, why are you not like? I'm trying. He finally gave. He's like, I'm trying to fucking make you mad. I'm like, dude, I don't really care about my dad. Like, but I didn't tell him early because I knew he would pivot. Because if he went to mom, he might have got under my skin. But yeah, it was funny the whole night. Like, it was hours just saying the worst things about my dad. It was so funny.
I think he lived out of his van for like over a year, like multiple years, I think, in LA.
Oh, I think so.
Which is really respectable.
He's also very important in Million Death Cult, the Million Death Cult arc, because way back when we first got Jake Flores on the show, before he was our friend, Jake was in LA. He was just like on tour, and I was like, "Hey, you want to be on?" She's like, "Yeah." And then Tony let us record at his house.
Oh.
And it was so funny because I was like, it was so unceremonious. He was just like, he just let me in, and then he just went back to bed for the rest of the day. And I didn't see him. I never even saw him the rest of the day. And then I picked up Jake and we went over there and recorded. And then we ended up hanging out real hard and becoming besties. But yeah, so it's just so funny. Like, yeah, he's a very important part of the arc.
So that was the segment about Tony, formerly known as Scruffy, doesn't like to be called Scruffy anymore.
Well, it's because he's not. He's a dapper man these days. He looks
clean
good.
Shaven. Yeah. Should we take a look at the Olympics, Tony?
I think so. I think a lot of really cool things are happening in the Olympics. I think I didn't think it was going to happen because I'm pretty but I feel like the Olympics have really been pushing the culture forward.
Yeah, pushing which culture forward, Tony?
The culture, just the general culture, and I mean all kinds. And like, yeah, I think we're about to get into it. I think it's really beautiful that they really decided to like shine a light on hip hop culture.
Some people have been remarking on a specific breakdancer's performance at the Olympics. A woman who goes by the name of Raygun, who breakdances apparently at the elite level. And I just, before we watch her performance, I wanted to play this little interview with her. So I think we can, like learn a little bit about her, maybe start rooting for her, So here is, Dr. Rachel Gunn, AKA Raygun.
Hip hop. Look at her. She's so hip hop.
I'm Rachel Gunn. I also go by the name of Raygun, and I'm competing.
Okay, I got to stop her right here. Her name is Rachel Gunn, and she goes by Raygun. That's cool. I was like that. You can't even help that. That's just who you are. If your name is Rachel Gunn, then you are Raygun. It's not even funny. It's just like, well, yeah, duh.
I will say, if she was real hip hop, she would kept the same spelling of her last name, because Westside Gunn spells it with 2 N's, and Raygun with 2 N's would be a little bit harder. But then at the same time, people aren't really breakdancing to Westside Gunn songs, so maybe she's an OG. Maybe she just likes golden era hip hop. I'm assuming so.
You would have better SEO too if you had 2 N's in the Raygun. Because a Raygun is an actual thing that you'd have to compete with in the Google results when people are trying to look up your breakdancing videos, Okay, but yeah, this is Rachel Raygun Gunn.
Name of Raygun, and I'm competing in breaking. So something out of the ordinary that people don't know about me is that I actually have a PhD in breaking culture.
I'm sorry, what?
Dude, I didn't. So I was just looking for the video of her performing because you said you wanted to talk about it, and I remembered seeing it, and it was really good. And so I was looking for it, and I didn't know this. She has a doctorate in breakdancing, folks. So anybody who's saying she's unqualified to go to the Olympics for breakdancing, you just showed your entire ass.
You know what's amazing is like I think most people when they get their doctorate in all elements of hip hop. I think it's really cool that she decided to like focus her studies and she's more specialized. And I mean, what better place to learn about breakdancing culture than I'm assuming some university, some university in general, but I'm assuming some university in Australia.
Breaking is so much more than what you see in the movies or maybe what you see at your school disco. It's this rich social and cultural art form.
Okay, so
tell me about that cultural thing. Tell me about that culture that is. Go ahead, Ray.
That has had elite global competitions for more than 20 years. The secret to outlasting your competition is to work hard, not give up, and dare to be different. We need more.
Dare to be different. See, Tony, she's trying to break out of the white plantation. Okay, the white supremacy plantation tries to keep all white people in this narrow box and other cultures or whatever. But sometimes you just got to be free and get your doctorate in breakdancing, and then I guess part of your thesis is doing what we're about to watch her do at the Olympics.
There's actually a rich history of white people breakdancing. If you've ever been to a wedding and seen your uncle do the worm, this is where it started. I've seen many an uncle spin on their back at a wedding, quite drunk. That's breaking. It's breaking culture.
See, what I heard, and this isn't a joke. this is I mean I'm not saying it's real. I'm saying I really heard this. That not enough people in Australia are breakdancing, and so this white woman was forced to step up. And like she knows it's not traditionally a white Australian culture, but it could be a big thing in Australia. What if she was like trying to go into Aboriginal communities and communicate with them this way?
She's like, I know you have a natural disposition to rhythm, and I thought this would be the way to communicate with you. It's a pop and lock. You know what's funny is that the whole thing about breakdancing is like, I know people in Australia who can breakdance pretty competently. One of the guys in Speed can breakdance pretty well, but no one's breakdancing and being like Olympics. That's where I want to be.
Let's hear some more of her. Let's really humanize her before we watch her performance.
Support to get more Australian women into professional sport, and
Thank
at
you.
every stage of their career, from when they start in their local community organisation all the way through towards the end of their career. It would be amazing if I got to represent Australia in breaking at the Olympics. It would just be an absolute dream come true, and something I
don't know
never
about
thought
that.
would be possible.
You fucking a monkey's paw finger curls downward. You will, yes, you will, Dr. Raygun, get to compete in the Olympics, but it will look something like this. If you haven't seen her performance, buckle up. I don't know if I can get rid of that. There we go. All right.
Oh,
it's
hip hop.
It's on her chin, but it looks like she's sucking her thumb while she's wiggling around on the ground. Like it's almost like a hardcore windmill, but it's like even less good than what you'll see at your local hardcore show. She does the windmill and then rocks backward to do like a back, like she's going to fall on her butt to do a back somersault or something. Totally botches that and then goes into the like Pac-Man move where she folds her body like she's chomping Pac-Man pills on the ground and rolling over and chomping Pac-Man pills on the other side.
What I'll give her those, so she clearly did like do some studying and she does kind of know some of the history. So like this little bit right here, the arms and then the fallback, I think that's supposed to be like an homage to like ballroom, to like voguing, like ballroom voguing. But like right here when she swings her arm, she's supposed to like jump in the air and like do a fall. And like it's just it's the ideas. It's just like, damn, you this is the Olympics. You didn't like workshop any. Japan's right there. Go spend a couple weeks in Japan, get some tips. Like
right.
Come on.
I love this move though. Yeah, she crouches like she's gonna do a back handspring or something, and then just like kind of lazily falls backward into a backward somersault, and then she, does this like the alligator mouth touching her toes is amazing.
That little knee part had potential. Oh wow,
This is her just like thrashing around on the ground, thrashing around like a bear with an itchy back. Her doing the duck lips. That is breakdancing. Clearly she's studied. Like, you're supposed to have a sort of smug attitude throughout the performance, Tony.
Yes.
I don't know if you've noticed.
It's supposed to be a bit bombastic, yeah.
You're supposed to enter it with a certain amount of confidence.
You know what sucks is like this is all I know about the breaking in the Olympics, and I who I really feel bad for, and also have to commend, is everybody that she's going up against.
Mm-hmm.
Not losing it, not just like dying laughing in her face, because I guarantee you every single other person who is Olympic level breaking could at least do like maybe a double head spin, at least pop lock.
Looks like she aborts every trick she attempts. Like everything she does looks like she's only doing the first half of it. And quarter head spins. Like she's on her head and she's only doing like a 25% of the pie chart type rotation. She's like walking around basically while her head is on that. Look, she did like the Michael Jackson Thriller freeze.
Oh yeah. That I love that still that people are making fun of. That one, it's so good. Have you seen the one? It's that picture and it says like, when I'm sneaking down to the kitchen at night for cookies. It's so good. What's funny is like, if she would have, like I said, if she would have just worked with somebody, she can do little things that they could have actually choreographed to make look like a decent thing. But I feel like she's went in there and just fucking went for it.
Who's she gonna ask, Tony? Somebody with 2 doctorates in breakdancing?
True.
I think she's got this.
True. Like, so when I was like a lot younger, when I was like 16 to maybe like 22, I was very, very hip hop. I was very into like hip hop, but it was kind of like I used to go to like ciphers. I used to go to breakdance battles like that. And the thing is, if you know your footwork, like if you know how to like start
build up, she's not even doing the build up.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Okay, let's look at. I think this is the dude from China. Yeah, this is sick. It's only 16 seconds, but
as an international contest winner.
Just looking like a goddamn machine up there.
Yeah.
compared to a toddler, rolling around on the ground.
So brutal. So brutal. And like that was rough. Oh man. I mean, big ups to her, I guess. But yeah, Australia has really got to step it up. You know, you don't have to send someone to the Olympics, right? It's not like an obligation to make sure you're represented in every sport. You don't have to do that.
100%.
Yeah.
You give me a week and I can do a windmill again. Like, it's not crazy hard. Like, you can even do a windmill. It's crazy.
Tony, are you going to pick up the call? Because America did not win a medal in breakdancing. I don't think
we're not. I don't think we should have gone. I think as like the true pioneers of hip hop, I don't think that we should like be belittling it by like doing that. You know, I think we shouldn't have gone to skateboarding. We shouldn't have shown up at skateboarding, and we shouldn't have shown up at breaking. I think that's what we should be doing as like the true torch carriers of those cultures.
Interesting. You think we should boycott them?
We should be too cool for it. Yeah. We should be like, no, you guys go ahead and get good, and then maybe we'll come through. Once you guys get good enough, we'll come through. But we're not just going to come to you.
Interesting.
That's how nice gold medal. We have the crown.
So I did want to look at this Facebook post from like the official NBC Olympics account that does have, I think this is the female Chinese competitor for breakdancing. They posted about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, this is the gold, I guess women's gold. Amy Yuasa wins the first ever breaking gold medal in Olympic history.
Yeah, because I just assumed that she was bad because she's a woman and women can't breakdance, right? So that's why she couldn't do it, because like that's like peak femme breakdancing is what we saw from her, right? We're gonna see the same thing from this woman.
Yeah, maybe.
Style. That's footwork.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I did want to look at the show.
Is she hilarious? Is the Australian woman just hilarious? Is she just very funny?
No, I think she was trying. I think she was trying her best.
Brutal.
The top comments hate breakdancing, everybody on Facebook. Can you imagine it? Patrick Eltis says, talented, yes. Olympic sport, no. And honestly, I've seen kids on street corners and street hustlers do way better. Listen, I think this sport sucks ass, and also I know who's the best at it.
Also, this is not an Olympic sport, and I don't want those street hustlers to have an opportunity to do anything more with what they're doing. I want them to stay right where they're at.
Yeah, it needs to stay a poor person's hustle, you know.
This woman's performance is a perfect example of like that was all style, it was all fly, it was all rhythm. It doesn't take a great deal of physical strength to do whatever she's doing. It's just about having like coordination and like looking dope doing it. And like that's just a great example of how like just her footwork killed that other woman. This destroyed her.
Josh Peterson says dumbest event in Olympic history.
Oh, there's so many dumb events. Like you do know there's like a whole walking thing. Like it, yeah. Did you see the woman who like thought she was winning the walking race?
No.
She was like thought she was winning the walking race. Started raising her hands, and some of them just walks right by her.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny because it is walking. Like they are just speed walking. It was great.
Tyler Briggs says, "LOL, street hustlers."
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this guy like got hustled out of $20 by a breakdancer one time.
He just started dancing, and then all of a sudden there was my money in his hat. I don't know how it happened. He was dancing, and then his friends came up behind me and took everything I had.
Got tricked into handing my cell phone and wallet over because I was distracted by the breakdancing. That's how they get you. You're concentrating on the one in the center who's twirling, and then the other two come right up beside you. Gwendolyn Ivory says, this one gold. Obviously, they didn't get the word out to the right people, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, Lisa says, I remember seeing much better in the 80s. Now we're at the stage where boomers can try to gatekeep breakdancing.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
if it weren't for our initial support in the 80s, breakdancing would have never gotten to where it is. And yet, do they ask us who should be in the Olympics? Nope.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't even see any cardboard on the stage.
Somebody was talking about how if baseball doesn't get to be in the Olympics, then breakdancing shouldn't be in the Olympics.
But like the only reason baseball's on the Olympics is because of the MLB.
Listen, if you're trying to tell me breakdancing gets into the Olympics before electric guitar, you can just fucking kill me right now. You can just shoot me right now.
Exactly. No, air guitar. Air guitar should be in there. The air guitar championship should be in the Olympics.
Okay, fine, that too. I'm talking about real music that everybody enjoys, like Leonard Skinner and Ted Nugent.
We can send Ted Nugent to represent America.
Yeah. Let's bring these people are talented, but an Olympic sport more suited for dance competitions. Just my opinion. Isn't there dancing? Isn't there like ribbon dancing in the Olympics?
Well, what's funny is this is just rhythmatic. It's just like similar to gymnastics. These are just floor routines.
Yeah, you're doing like flips and stuff. Okay.
Those moves that the guys were doing, those are pommel horse moves. You know, like that's what it like the men's floor routines have windmills.
See, this is like when I don't know, maybe like Gojira's the wrong example, but this is like when Bullet for My Valentine gets featured in a car commercial or something, and all the metalhead fans come out to say, this is not real metalcore or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like what we're watching. There's a bunch of breakdancing experts who are like, yeah, whatever. She was all right. Not half as good as the people in my scene.
Yeah, and, you know, they're not, what are they even doing this for? This is not even over turf or beef. They're not even settling anything. Back in my days, breakdancing meant something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think we're reaching the end of the stream. Thank you so much for turning out. Any more thoughts, Tony, on breakdancing?
You know, not on breakdancing, but just about like I think the reason why, and I guess I don't know how it works on fellow Australians, but think about Australians is like sometimes their little accents and like the way they go about things are so endearing that they can kind of just get away with stuff and it doesn't hurt. You know, like I went on a date with this person the other day, this really wonderful Australian woman who's really cool, and after the date, the next day, she texts me and she goes, "You're a swell cunt," but I just didn't feel anything romantic, and I was like, "Wow, I never thought I'd get called a cunt and like also get told it wasn't going to work out and feel good about it."
Wow.
Yeah, it was so nice.
See, that should be an Olympic sport. Go breaking off a relationship with a guy without getting murdered should absolutely be a test of skill that we exhibit in the Olympics.
It was just because the second I read "You're a swell cunt," I knew it was going not the direction I wanted to go. I was like, "She's being too nice. She's being too nice."
You're a fit bloke, or is that the right country? That's the wrong country, huh?
Yeah. And listen, I was quoting an Australian. I would never just say that. I was quoting an Australian woman. Okay, all right. So I wouldn't just say that. But yeah, it was like I was like, you know, that's thank you. I'm glad we met.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad we met, as in the viewer and the listener and us.
Yes.
The viewees. Thank you so much for coming out, and we'll do it again next week.
Yeah, so glad I could make it. So good to see everyone in the chat. Love y'all.
If you're just joining us on Twitch for the first time, you somehow randomly stumbled onto us, or if you're a YouTube subscriber and you don't know, we do a weekly podcast that is not streamed, that is instead a podcast sent to a podcast player wherever you get them. Minion Death Cult. Check it out. We'll be there before we'll be here again, but we'll be here again too.
Hit us with the subscribes on Twitch and on YouTube, all the places. It helps. We appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Peace.